Locally led development is not new to Concern. It goes back to the 80s and it's enshrined in our mission, our vision and values. And this ambition and having that ambition is critical from the outset of any planning. Now, it is neither easy, inevitable or assured, particularly in the context where Concern is working fragile and conflict-affected states. But what is required is having a clear strategy, strong systems, resources and time. A good example is over the past 2 decades in Pakistan, Concern has developed very strong systems, procedures and strategies that now engage an entire network of national NGOs across Pakistan, as well as disaster management associations that work in each of the areas. And they are now equipped and empowered to respond and spring into action themselves when required in response to a local disaster. And this is the kind of learning that we're adapting and placing in places like Somalia, in DRC, in Kenya, very different contexts. And the key word here is not replication of these models, but adaptation of these models so that they work well within local contexts. So the opportunities are clear for locally led development, but the challenges are very real. And it is around getting the right level of funding, flexible funding. It's also about time and it's also about scale. And particularly when we look at the global world today, when we are seeing unprecedented levels of humanitarian suffering and greater humanitarian needs than ever before, driven by conflict, by climate, by COVID, and now, of course, exacerbated by the global food security crisis, exacerbated by Ukraine. We are in unprecedented times. The entire system and structure of national, international systems and structures are overwhelmed, and millions of people are not being adequately served that are requiring humanitarian assistance. So this has to be, yes, about locally driven development, but also about locally driven, resourced humanitarian response. This is about the collective coming together, complementing, supporting, and delivering.